Orrin Orson West, missing since December 21st. The story of the parents. I know I saw your interview with Brian Wang, 23 ABC. You spoke on your opinions on what you felt was going on. We have two adoptive parents, the mother and father, who are not cooperating, doing the exact polar opposite of what you did in the case of your daughter. Um, Talk about how that impedes the investigation and how that makes things look bad for everybody on the adoptive side. You know, the parents of the adoptive. Nobody is speaking to the media. There's not one media conversation other than that one day that they came out, and that was just a whole mix of bad information.
Yeah, well, in this particular case, it was a family that had just moved to a remote town outside of Bakersfield. Some short time before, the boys disappeared in the early evening. I think it was a very cold evening.
Yes.
Young kids together supposedly somehow got out the gate and were never seen again. And you, in a situation like that, in any situation, you need somebody to speak on behalf of the kids. And almost always the most qualified person to do that are family members. And it's important for a bunch of reasons. It's important, first of all, because you want to find your child and get them back. And hopefully you're willing to do whatever it takes to make that happen. But also,
You're 100%
people have to know who the kids are so they can invest in the kids, so that media will continue to report on the kids, so that law enforcement will continue to investigate. And my greatest fear was that the media would lose interest in Polly's case, which would mean that law enforcement could justify pulling way back on this investigation, which, I mean, 2 months of looking for a little girl and not having a clue where it is, that's a hard thing to justify, I think, under any circumstance. Um, so, I mean, that's the great fear. So in this case of these two little boys having absolutely nobody speaking on their behalf just makes it almost impossible to keep the investigation moving forward and to keep interest moving forward for these two young boys.